Good morning, Nazareth family. I found myself thinking this morning about the last miracle that Jesus performed. The event happens in all four of the Gospels, but only Luke records the miracle. So listen now as I read from Luke 22, beginning at the 47th verse. While he was still speaking, suddenly a crowd came, and the one called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them. He approached Jesus to kiss him, but Jesus said to him, Judas, is it with a kiss that you are betraying the Son of Man? When those who were around saw what was coming, they asked, Lord, should we strike with the sword? Then one of them struck the slave of the high priest and cut off his right ear. But Jesus said, no more of this. And he touched his ear and healed him. The last miracle that Jesus Christ performed before his crucifixion was when a soldier who was surely his enemy, who he had no reason to think would ever become one of his followers, had his ear cut off, and Jesus healed it and put it back on. I thought about that as I watched the events of this past week unfold in the news, as if 2020 hasn't been hard enough for us with the germs and the fears and the lack of human touch that we've been able to participate in. And now we have this violence. And the first person I thought of, honestly, was not Jesus. It was Martin Luther King Jr. I was just a child when he was killed, but I know enough about him to think what he might have said. And actually one of his quotes is, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Hate multiplies hate. Violence multiplies violence. And toughness multiplies toughness in a descending spiral of destruction. I believe that if Jesus and Martin Luther King were with us physically where we could see them today, that they would say that the only way to conquer the violence that our country is facing right now is with love. Granted, I am a white woman who lives in a suburban southern town, and I have no idea the fear that people of color have to deal with every day, but I still know that violence is not the answer. And so I'm thankful for these words from Jesus that remind us that even right before his crucifixion, when he had the chance to perform a miracle, that was a miracle of healing and restoration and wholeness. That's what he did. And he wanted for us to have that everlasting remembrance that violence does not help violence, only love will. I hope these words will help you as we watch the news unfold, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye-bye.